For years, a new trend in the audio engineering industry has plagued the speakers and televisions of millions of people. A mistake so simple, even bedroom producers are susceptible to it. A mistake so frustrating and avoidable that millions of listeners go on social media to complain about it daily to no avail. What could be so disastrous, yet so tempting for those in the higher realms of the film industry? Today, we will be going over the world of mixing and mastering sound and why big companies nowadays seem to be ignoring it. Stick around to the end for the most frustrating reason big companies won't fix their sound. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell icon to get notified of the next time I upload. Check out this playlist to learn more about the music industry using popular artists like Sabrina Carpenter and Stray Kids. Now, we are talking about a specific form of a very large, complex piece of the music creation process. I could keep us here for hours trying to discuss all the nuances, but let's stick to 3 short definitions. Mixing in music terms is the balance of effects, instruments, vocals, and other added sounds in one song. The most common mixing techniques are EQ, volume, and panning. EQ for adjusting how much you can hear of one sound's overall tone, volume for how loud you can hear the entirety of a specific sound, and panning for which side of the speaker system or headphone a specific sound can be heard from. After you mix your song, you then need to master it yourself or send it off to someone who can. Mastering in music terms includes the very fine details that require a highly trained ear and patience to complete. This includes techniques like adjusting volume levels, adjusting panning levels, and verifying that all sounds can be heard clearly without being too overbearing or getting drowned out. On the other hand, mixing in film terms is the balance of all elements within your scene. This not only means volume, EQ, and panning, but also exactly when a song should play, exactly how long a song should go on for, what sound effects you need, where those should be placed, and how loud they should be. This also includes tweaking voice lines and vocals in the songs to ensure one can be heard over the other, or ensuring a sound effect doesn't cover up important dialogue. Keep these terms in mind as this video goes on and understand that mixing needs differ depending on what you are working on. What a producer needs to do to mix a song for an album is different from the same song in a movie or playing in the background of a video game. Now I'm sure by now you probably already know what specific problem I'm talking about. The latest superhero movie has come out and you've gathered your friends or family to watch it on your brand new 80-inch TV. You boot up your streaming service and before you know it, everyone is 20 minutes deep into the hottest new action film. However, as the remote holder, you're having a hard time keeping your focus on the storyline. You find yourself at the edge of the couch cushion, finger positioned on the volume rocker, waiting until the action is over before you can turn up the sound again to hear the dialogue. You find yourself unable to enjoy the movie as you battle between the low and high volume settings, trying to get just the right volume to hopefully last through the whole movie. Your family moves on, talking about how cool that fistfight was, and you don't really remember much of what went on in that scene. This problem is getting increasingly more common throughout the film industry and has bled a little into the music industry as well. And when I tell you what I believe the reasons are, it probably isn't going to make you feel any better, as there's nothing that a majority of us can do right now to make this go away for ourselves. The first reason this problem occurs is because the film mixer or music master is breaking the biggest foundational rule of mastering. They aren't listening to their product in multiple different ways. I could show you every single one of the mastering-related textbooks I have, and every single one will have this rule listed as one of the most important things you can do to ensure your listener has a good experience. Let's step back and pretend you are an up-and-coming producer working with a popular artist on the mixing for their new album. You have a small studio set up in a spare room of your house, and you've taken great care into measuring the exact distances you need your speaker systems to sit. Now, when you sit down and start playing some notes, your seat at the desk is in the optimal position to hear the individual qualities of each note. You finish mastering your tracks, and you get the green light from the artist to send the tracks off to the distribution company, who will put the songs on platforms like Spotify or Apple Music. A few days go by and you open Twitter, only to find your mentions flooded with complaints about the song. To your listeners, the song sounds like garbage. The vocals sound lonely, the track feels empty, and the listeners aren't even sure there's a kick drum in it. Yet you could swear the track sounded perfectly fine in your studio. So the next time you get into your car, you play the album on your car speakers, only to discover that everyone online is correct. Your track sounds terrible and amateur. When mastering your tracks, it is crucial to listen to it multiple times through different outlets. Whether that be car speakers, studio speakers, Bluetooth speakers, or headphones. The sweet spot is around 3 different outlets. This allows you to see if there's any weak spots in your track. Is your bass still audible through headphones as it is in your subwoofer? Does the hi-hat sound too loud in the car speakers? Can you hear anything other than vocals and high-frequency tones through a Bluetooth speaker? If we're talking films, it is a little different. You may not have the ability to listen through different mediums, but try to aim for around 2. The studio speakers and headphones. If the studio will allow other devices to be plugged in, then something like a consumer-grade soundbar or TV may be of use. However, you may be locked into just a $20,000 pair of headphones and thousands or even millions of dollars in sound equipment. This does come with a problem, which leads into reason number 2 for why this happens. The person working on the project is only using the highest-end equipment. A lot of audiophiles and movie lovers save up to make their own speaker setups or home theaters, deterring studios from making the push to include more consumer-friendly testing devices. They assume that if it sounds good to their equipment, it'll either translate perfectly or only the people who truly matter, aka the people shilling out thousands as fans or at-home movie critics, will be able to hear what the studio intended. The other side of this coin is that with the studio setup, they may only mix their sound to fit on sound systems like those you find in commercial theaters. These theaters cost thousands to build, requiring the purchase of 500 to 1,200 individual speakers to surround your room of choice.
If you know most of your audience will be listening through IMAX theaters or Dolby Atmos quality systems, there is no incentive in taking the time to ensure your film sounds good on all speaker systems. So now, you have bassy action scenes intended to vibrate the chest cavity of your listeners and vocal lines intended to be heard in a quiet whisper in a silent theater playing on a $20 soundbar in a home with small children running around. You have to meet your market at their level, especially if you are a direct-to-DVD or streaming service film mixer or mastering a song that will be playing on any unknown number of systems in the world. The third reason for this problem is technically 2 smaller sections: time and personnel.
Sound designers in the film industry are actually pretty hard to come by, making them a sought-after trade in the field. However, this means that there's less time and hands on the project to get the tracks to completion. Conversely, some studios will have upwards of 40 people working on the same 2 hours of sound, which makes it hard to keep a consistent line of communication and style throughout the mix. The fourth one is that the director wants it that way. Yes, you heard that right. There are a lot of directors out there that want their sound to be best heard on the quality of speakers they use in studio or through IMAX theaters. Rather than having a version for at-home listening and a version for big $1,200 theater speakers, the directors wish for the film to stay exactly how they intended to, which leans more in favor of the expensive toys rather than your Apple earbuds from 2010. That was it for today. There's obviously a lot more reasons why this can occur as well, but these 4 are going to be the most commonly seen in the industry. Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. My goal is to hit 15 subs by the end of December. Until then, happy watching.